Broadcasts of the City of Neenah Common Council meetings are produced by University Studios of the University of Wisconsin-Fox Valley. Neenah residents can get information about City Council meetings, City Committee meetings, meeting agendas, and other documents via the City website, www.neenahgov.org. Neenah residents can express their opinions about city issues or about these broadcasts by contacting the mayor's office, contacting their city alderman, or by completing the electronic feedback form on the city website, www.neenahgov.org. All public portions of the meetings are recorded in entirety and are not edited for playback.
Good evening. I'd like to call to order the City of Neenah Common Council meeting for October 19th, 2022. I will ask the clerk to call the roll and ask that you indicate your presence on your roll call device.
Alderperson Boyette.
Here.
Borchard is excused. Hillstrom.
Here.
Lundrum.
Here.
Erickson.
Here.
Weber.
Here.
Skirms.
Here.
Steiner.
Here.
And Stevenson.
Here.
Thank you. I would ask Alderman Hillstrom to lead us in the pledge. I wanted to take this opportunity to introduce and welcome our new Director of Human Resources for the City of Neenah, Amy Fairchild. I would like her to come forward and just introduce herself.
Good evening, Council. My name is Amy Fairchild. I am very excited to be here today as your new HR Director. I come from the city of Sand Springs, Oklahoma. So I've made the 850-mile trek up here to serve your wonderful citizens and employees, and I'm excited to do so. So if anybody has any questions, I'd be happy to answer them, but I'm sure I'm not on the agenda, so.
Welcome.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you so much, and we welcome you. We're very glad you're here. The next item on the agenda is introduction and confirmation of mayor's appointments. Is there any objection to unanimous consent of that item? Any objection? Seeing none, that is so ordered. Is there any objection to the approval of the council proceedings of October 5th, 2022? Seeing none, that passes by unanimous consent. The next item on the agenda is the public forum. Is there anyone here who would like to speak in the public forum? Anyone here who would like to speak? Seeing no one, we'll close the public forum. Moving on to reports of standing committees. Regular Public Services and Safety Committee meeting of October 11th, 2022. Chairperson Lundrum.
Thank you, Mayor. Reporting out, as you said, from the regular Public Services and Safety Committee of October 11th, 2022, and item number 1. Committee recommends council approve the change order for the purposes of conducting an archaeology field survey as required by the WISDOT with Westwood in the amount of $10,180, and I would so move.
There's a motion by Lundrum, seconded by Hillstrom. Is there any discussion on this item? Alderman Stevenson.
I want just a bookkeeping thing. Should we be referencing that this project is the South Commercial Street reconstruction project? We don't list what project we're change ordering.
Do you have an
We just
opinion
include
on
that in the
that?
minutes?
I think that'd be a good idea. Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Alderman Boyette?
That was going to be my question because I wasn't sure where the location was. Thank you.
Any other discussion on this item? All in favor? Well, actually, sorry. Please cast your vote on your voting device. That motion passes 8-0.
Item number 2, committee recommends council approve the expenditure up to $13,800 for MSA Professional Services to conduct the South Commercial Street, Winneconne Avenue intersection control evaluation, sometimes known as ICE, report using funds from the South Commercial Street Design Capital Project, and I would so move.
There's a
Second.
motion by Alderman Lundrum, seconded by Alderman Stevenson. Is there any discussion on this item? Seeing none, please cast your vote on your voting device. That motion passes 8-0.
Item number 3, committee recommends council approve adding the air conditioning to the firearms range with a budget to the police department with a budgeted amount of $121,043, and I would so move.
Second.
There's a motion by Lundrum, seconded by Stevenson. Alderman Hillstrom.
Thank you, Mayor. I'd like to propose making a friendly amendment to this motion, adding $43,138 for the generator upgrade.
I would be agreeable to that. That's from tonight's meeting from before council.
Alderman Stevenson.
Yeah, that's fine. I think the minute should reflect that the committee did recommend that this evening.
Yep.
Okay. So the motion now as it stands is the $121,043 plus the additional funding for the generator upgrade.
Correct.
Are there any questions or any other comments to be made on this item? Alderman Boyette.
I'm just curious on the funding for this. We're increasing it. Where are we getting the additional funds?
It's general borrowing for capital.
Yes, but Mayor Lang's budget request for next year has increased borrowing to cover the overage here.
Thank you.
Alderman Steiner.
Just for clarity, so was this for a new generator? Because remember the discussion was in regards to making some changes to get it to code, right? And then there was, I thought, some discussion in the last meeting about potentially is it worth just getting a new generator in terms of the cost?
This is for the original generator, just upgrading that. Our original generator is extremely high quality and will last for multiple years.
Okay, thank you.
So this will bring it to code, which would allow us to utilize it for the entire expansion.
Okay, thank you.
Any other questions or concerns? Seeing none, please cast your vote on your voting device. That motion passes 8-0.
Item number 4, committee recommends council approve continuing to have 2 school resource officers or SROs at the same funding level of 75% of the total costs. And I move to table this item.
I'll second.
Alderman Lundrum makes a motion to table this item.
I seconded.
Alderman Stevenson, I was waiting for it to light up. Alderman
I wasn't so
Stevenson.
sure I was ready.
Alderman Stevenson seconds that item. Please cast your vote on your voting device.
I just want to be clear. The screen shows that we're not acting on that. We're voting table, right? Okay. Yep. Oh, I didn't
Correct.
see that. That's way too small.
That motion passes 8-0.
And that's the end of my report. Thank you.
Thank you for your report. Regular Finance and Personnel Committee meeting of October 10th. Chairperson Erickson.
Thank you, Mayor. Reporting out from the regular Finance and Personnel Committee meeting of October 10th, 2022. Item number 1, the committee recommends council approve the 2023 medical, dental, and vision insurance plans, and I so move.
There's a motion by Erickson, seconded by Boyette. Is there any discussion on this item? Any questions? Seeing none, please cast your vote on your voting device. That motion passes 8-0.
And that concludes my report.
Thank you for your report. The Plan Commission meeting of October 11th was canceled, so moving on to the Board of Public Works meeting of October 11th. Vice Chairperson Hillstrom.
Thank you, Mayor. The minutes from this meeting can be found on the city website. This evening, we have 3 informational items and 1 council action item. First informational item, Board approved pay request number 5, contract 7-21, Harrison Street Stormwater Pond, MCC Incorporated, in an amount of $109,847.01. The second item, Board approved change order number 1, contract 4-22, South Commercial Street, sanitary sewer and water main construction, Robert J. Immel Excavating Incorporated, for additional sewer, concrete, and water service work in the amount of $8,735. Item C, Board approved change order number 2, contract 4-22, South Commercial Street, sanitary sewer and water main construction, Robert J. Immel Excavating Incorporated, for additional concrete and stone in the amount of $70,317.27. There's 1 council action item. That is, the board recommends council approve final pay request contract 4-22 South Commercial Street, sanitary sewer and water main construction for Robert J. Immel Excavating Incorporated in the amount of $257,529.77, and I would so move.
There's a motion by Alderman Hillstrom.
Second.
Seconded by Alderman Stevenson. Is there any discussion on this item? Any questions? Seeing none, please cast your vote on your voting device. That motion passes 8-0.
That concludes my report, Mayor.
Thank you for your report. Reports from the neighborhood groups. The Business Improvement District Board, Alderperson Skirms.
Thank you, Mayor. The bid board met yesterday. The minutes aren't up on the website yet, but they will be soon. There was discussion of upcoming events. Luminary Night, December 15th. Very Neenah Christmas, December 2nd. Let's Go Downtown, which is a shopping experience, November 10th. Bills were approved. Thank you note went out to Matt at Sante for all his help on the wine walk. Slate of officers for 2023 was discussed, and sign grant modification was approved for a grant approved at the last meeting. So it was just a modification that we made note of. And that's it.
Thank you for your report. The Library Board, Alderperson Erickson.
Thank you, Mayor. The Neenah Public Library Board of Trustees met today at 4 p.m. There are a number of items that I would like to highlight. The first is that the circulation is up 9% over last year. Items coming up are the Monster Mash, which is this Saturday at 10:30 in Shattuck Park. That is a family-friendly dance party for kids of all ages. Kids are encouraged to wear their costumes. A craft and snack will be available when you need a break from dancing. So if you have some young kids that might be interested, that should be a fun event. The next item is there's another family event it's the Heckrot program on November 19th at 1 p.m. at the library. And this event is about turtles and how turtles carry their homes on their backs. And everything you needed to know about turtles will be covered at this fun event. And I'm sure there will be some turtles there as well. In addition, there is an event on Friday, November 13th at 12:30 in the Shattuck Room. It's called Unconditional, and it's a documentary, I guess. So join us for a screening of Unconditional, A Journey of Selfless Love, a 45-minute documentary. Am I saying that right?
Documentary.
Documentary that shares the stories of 4 individuals as they are challenged with assuming the role of a caregiver of their loved ones. Through the joys and trials, one thing remains constant, their unconditional love for their spouses. So that is going to be available. And then also, for those of you who'd like to get a little workout in after dark, there is a Bollywood dance after dark, Friday, November 11th at 6:30. So that would be a fun thing to check out. If there's a lot of programming at the Neenah Public Library, so if you visit the Neenah Public Library website, I encourage you to do so. You'll find all of the information there. Plus, I've brought in some show and tell items. This is always fun for me. The library has these brand new experience kits. This one is on embroidery for the beginner. There's another one, hand lettering and calligraphy. And you can check these out for 14 days. Take them home, try out all the stuff inside. They also have one that will be coming in as soon as they find a case big enough for pasta making. So if you're interested in that, the pasta maker will be available with all the instructions, and that will be coming soon. There's one on bird watching. There's one on, what else did I write down? Oh my gosh. Flower and leaf pressing. So lots of different crafts and fun things to try out. And these are brand new at the library, and they will be on the website soon. So check them out. That concludes my report, and always remember to check out some books.
What a great report. That's so fun. So much fun information. Neenah Arts Council, Alderperson Erickson.
Okay. The Neenah Arts Council met on Wednesday, October 12th at 4 p.m. at the Neenah Public Library. 2 items to highlight. The first is we discussed the Neenah Sesquicentennial Photo Contest that will be coming after the in the spring, and we're looking at all of the plans for that. And then the other item is the Very Neenah Christmas event that will be held the first Friday night downtown Neenah. We are going to be presenting a craft project at that. And that concludes my report.
Thank you for your report. The Landmarks Commission, Alderperson Steiner.
Thank you, Mayor. During the last meeting, really the discussion revolved around the outcome of the wagon that was held during the powwow. By all accounts, it was successful. I think there's over 100 individuals that were involved, and the plan is to continue it for next year. And that concludes my report.
Thank you for your report. Are there any petitions? No petitions. Any council directives? Unfinished business is one item, approving Resolution 2022-18, authorizing execution of the Department of Natural Resources Principal for Given Financial Assistance Agreement for the Safe Drinking Water Loan Program.
I'll move to approve Resolution 2022-18.
There's a motion by Stevenson. Is there a second on this item?
Second.
Seconded by Alderman Skirms. Alderman Boyette.
Thank you, Mayor. I'm just curious what the status is from the DNR on the funds. I know at the Water Commission meeting on Monday, there was some question regarding possibly being able to push the work back till April with an extension and receiving the funds. And I'm just curious if any of that has changed and if I can get an update.
Gary, do you have an update?
Well, Water Utility Director Mock would be the person that has the most recent updates on things. What I can convey is what he's related to me is that, the word is that the Use of the funds has been extended to next April. The intent of our contracts would still be to replace all of the services this year and then potentially allow the restoration to occur next spring. But at least get the service lines taken care of. The other thing he's related to me is that questions that he's received from the DNR do indicate that the process is moving forward with getting those contracts all signed off on by then and giving the DNR a full understanding of what the bid items are in the contract and what's actually going to be eligible for the funding.
Okay, but at current date, we still don't have this in writing from the DNR.
That wouldn't have come to me.
Thank you.
Is there any further discussion on this item? Seeing none, please cast your vote on your voting device. That motion passes 7-1. The next is new business, Arrowhead Park Development Status Report, Alderperson Hillstrom.
Thank you, Mayor. Reporting from the October 4th Arrowhead Park Task Force meeting. RDG, who is doing the downtown plan, had 4 members of their company meet with us virtually on ideas that we might be able to do at Arrowhead Park and connecting the park with our downtown. They talked about projects they have done and showed us a rendering they put together for us of buildings and an amphitheater surrounded by an open courtyard. They brought up from past experiences that people, corporations are more willing to invest in projects having big visions. Having a combination of entertainment, food, recreation, celebration, and education would give us the best opportunity to attract Neenah citizens and visitors to our Arrowhead Park. I think we all agreed that the zigzag railroad crossing at Gateway Park needs to become more people bike friendly with either a wider path or a bridge. And while there are many possibilities for work at this park, we know that we'll need to go forward with one piece at a time. They spent over 90 minutes with us, which was pretty impressive at no charge to us for doing all this work. So we were greatly appreciated. And our next meeting is scheduled for October 28th at now 8:30 a.m. Concludes my report.
Thank you for your report. Are there any announcements that could come before the council?
Just have one. Are you going to talk about the budget? So the budgets, the executive summary, budgets were distributed tonight?
Yep.
Okay. Do we know when the complete budget will be distributed?
That book is at the printer. They told us at the latest Tuesday. We'll get it as soon as we possibly.
Okay. To be perfectly honest, that will determine how much I invest in this document.
Agreed.
I mean, so that I'm just being straightforward, right?
Right.
Yeah. So, and then second, you sent out a schedule regarding budget workshop sessions. Carrie had asked for something regarding canceling of finance. Has that
Shorter
considered?
schedule, a
Yeah.
lighter schedule on 7.
Yeah. Is that
If possible.
Is that possible? I don't know who I should ask that.
It depends if anybody has any business that needs to be taken care of, but
Okay.
and all
Let's
that
be sensitive to that. I think the way we should leave that. And any other conflicts that anybody has with? Okay, good. I did ask. It's a different topic. I did during the break. I did ask Lindsay for a copy of 2022 salary plan, so I could do some comparisons. If anybody wants a copy of that, I'll be glad to make them and put them in your mailbox. I'm sure they can give it to you too. That's all I got.
Yep. Any other announcements? Comments? Not, I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
So move.
There's a motion to adjourn. Is there a second?
Second.
Second. All in favor of adjournment, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? We are adjourned.
Broadcasts of the City of Neenah Common Council meetings are produced by University Studios of the University of Wisconsin Fox Valley. Neenah residents can get information about City Council meetings, City Committee meetings, meeting agendas, and other documents via the City website, www.neenahgov.org. Neenah residents can express their opinions about city issues or about these broadcasts by contacting the mayor's office, contacting their city alderman, or by completing the electronic feedback form on the city website, www.neenahgov.org. All public portions of the meetings are recorded in entirety and are not edited for playback.